Welcome, my beautiful Scorpios. How you guys doing? It's been a while, man. I'm super excited to do a reading for you guys. It's been quite some time, and we're having your full moon lunar eclipse coming up on the 5th of May. So that's a first house full moon eclipse. Okay. Well, overall, that also brings about, of course, a lot of seventh house energy. So it's like you, me, and me, and me, and me, and you, and you, and you. And it's like a lot of different going back and forth. But overall, what I'm sensing very, very strongly for you guys is that you're in a peace, a balance, just things, feeling good, your emotional well being becomes more and more important and way more in the forefront. It has been periods in this last year of, okay, I need to push through, I need to get this done, this needs to just, be in this place, and I'll just have to sacrifice a little bit on this, or let's put this a little bit in the back burner, but this comes first, and a lot of priorities on forward movement, getting things in a different space, getting things in a different, reorganize things. But I'm sensing like for the month of May and what will be a theme, because a lunar eclipse and in general the eclipse season, and of course, during the eclipse it's very strong energy, but it kind of lasts for like at least 6 months for that energy to play out and things to start, that stay with you. A couple of themes that come true during eclipses, like they stay with you. So what I'm sensing for you guys is like, if it's not serving my inner peace, it has to go. Like your inner peace becomes, and just overall your harmony in life and your quality of life and the peace that comes there, that is there, becomes really important, way more important than it might have been. It just, your body as well, it really needs that harmony, it just needs that peace. And it doesn't mean that it can't work hard and you will have nights where maybe you don't get enough sleep, of course. It's not necessarily about that, but it's about, it needs to make sense. It needs to hold an ability to become harmonious, or to serve your peace, or serve an area of your life where then again that equals into peaceful energy. It's wanting to enjoy what you've built, enjoy what you've put the work in, and you just don't want to put work into something with the Seven of Pentacles that eventually will continue to just be a lot of work, instead of working, putting in time and energy, and then have it come back to you. So with the Seven of Pentacles, you really are taking an inventory of like, where is my energy going? Where is my focus going? And what has been beneficial up to now, and what needs some change, or what is just not, doesn't have any potential at all. This is not a moment necessarily where you make all the cuts, but this is definitely a moment where you are becoming really aware and taking inventory once again and focusing upon the details. And then when Mercury goes direct during, I think it's the 15th of May, of course we have a little bit of shadow period, but also the energy of your full moon lunar eclipse is, apping out a little bit by then. They can actually put some stuff into motion. That doesn't mean that you have to wait until then. A couple of things are pretty clear, and you can just act upon that, especially if it's something that has been already in your energy. You've been working on that since, like, let's say December. So it can return during this Mercury retrograde period for you in your 7th house, and you can now actually make some changes in there. So that's a really important theme. Also, when it comes to like your throat chakra, overall, just your health in general. That's, for some of you, that's really the reason why you're activating this. Like, okay, if it's not serving my inner peace, it got to go. Some of you are dealing with some health issues, or there's overall feeling that things affect you more on a health aspect, and or maybe you are really going through an intense period where you need focus, where you need to be present, then you're willing to invest into your health and the things you need in order to be at your best sense of self, right? To be able to endure that period, to be able to get the most out of it. So those things are very important. It's almost like you have been doing certain things in a certain way, and now you notice like I'm not like 20. Some of you are, okay, don't take it personal. But for example, if you are a student and you're like 18 up until 22 or something, and you're like young and you have energy, most people, and so you go out and then next morning you have class and you just make it work. But if you're going to go back to school in your, I don't know, in your 30s or something, you notice that just doesn't really work the same way anymore, and so you kind of have to adjust the way of approaching things. That's something that I'm seeing. Here we are. See, as the queen of, oh, it's not serving me in any way, shape, or form, it will go. It got to go. Because there are other things become more important, and that is the value of your peace and the quality of your life. The Queen of Swords is a perfect example of that. So it got to go. Just don't cut off things that, the hands that feed you. Instantly. It's about taking inventory. Here we have the beautiful. Look at that. Now that looks like peace to me. That looks about a lot of alignment, a lot of emotional fulfillment. And it was all about removing something. A lot of times when we come to inner peace and harmony, it's about removing something. Even though our entire system is built upon adding something more. When you have your vacation home, when the kids go back to school, when you have this, when you have that, you will be happy. You will be at peace. Often it's about releasing something that is bringing you away from your inner peace. A natural state is what I've say a lot, and a lot of people say this. Like, a natural state of being is at peace. It's the needs and the wants and the things that we add to things, and then we are lacking that or lacking this or whatever, and the importance we put on a lot of physical things bring about this disbalance and a lot of times desires. I'm not going to go too deeply into that, because you will intuitively know the way. That's what I'm feeling. Look at that. 2 of Wands with the 8 of Pentacles. Yep. You're willing to put in the work, and here she is. 4 of Wands. I knew she would come up, because that's the thing. That's what you're doing it for. This is what you're doing it for. For the 4 of Wands. This is what you're working towards. This is like, I'm going to look how I get from this point into this point and how to get there. You're not afraid to work. Like Scorpios, you guys are like really good at like putting in the work, putting in the time, making it happen. But before you do, and before you get lost in all kinds of side projects and things like that, it's like, I need to have a plan. I need to know where I'm heading. Where am I going to take this? What is my goal? How do I get here? And then you put in the work. It's very constructive. Very good. Okay, so you're releasing things that do not serve you. It's okay to ask for help, Scorpio. Maybe some of you, that's the thing that brings about this disbalance in your inner peace and your fulfillment. It's like you think that you have to do everything by yourself. You have to do it. But you don't. It's like, so releasing the belief system that if you want to, that you shouldn't ask for help, but that it makes it somehow less important. Yeah, it's like releasing that belief system. It's okay to ask for help, and you're helping others as well with that. We have the Knight of Wands with the 10 of Swords and the beautiful Queen of Wands with the Queen of Cups. So a lot of queens showing up in this reading, Scorpio. There is a need to release a little bit of a Sorry, I'm just taking it in. It's like something. There's this one thing. It might be, you know, one area, or just literally one thing, one fight, one disbalance, one thing that you're dancing around. Not like, ooh, I like this, let me just do a dance around it. No, it's like you rather just focus upon all the other things that you can do. When you know that thing that needs to be done, you know you need to do it. You're just kind of just letting it just lay there for a little bit longer, and you focusing on all the other ingredients you need. You know, it's like making a pasta, for example. It's like you are doing everything you need to do. Like, it's chopping the onions and the garlic and the tomatoes, and you mixing and fixing and mixing it up, and then there's, you know, you're gonna have to boil the pasta. You know, one point, like, you're gonna have to put that ingredient into the pan and do it. It's like you're doing everything when you know you're gonna need the pasta in order to make pasta, but the other ingredients are just as much important. I mean, obviously you can also eat the pasta raw and, like, you know, without anything, but it's important. It's like the other ingredients, the sauce is important as well, but it's like it's time to cook the pasta. And there is something that I'm feeling is that's an obstacle, not something that you can do. And I am seeing that you are doing it, and you're gonna do it, and it's gonna set you free. And it's gonna put you into from the Knight of Wands into the Queen of Wands. It's gonna take a root in, like, a really good way, and instantly you're in the Queen of Pentacles. So, time to cook the pasta, Scorpio. You know what the pasta is, because it will bring about a lot of growth. You can do that. Three of Pentacles. Yep. I think that doing that thing that you need to do, it's gonna be surprisingly different than you expected it to be, because something became bigger than it actually had to be. But at the same time, that was a journey that your soul needed to travel. Like, that was supposed to be part of the experience, and it's teaching you something. Definitely is teaching you something. Let's also keep... I'm sorry if you guys hear the sound in the background. It's the cat. He always, like, grounds when he's, like, sleeping. He's like, He's so cute. Yep. Healing. It's okay to let it go. Like I said, I don't want to, like, make it sound like it's just as easy as cooking pasta. It's an important part of it, you know, of the dish. But there's healing out there for you. You can heal. You can let go. You deserve that. You deserve to resolve that thing that holds you back. And you decide when it's your timing to do it. I'm not going to tell you whatever time spent, but just so you know, you can't let it be there and expect the results that you deserve and that you can have when you do decide to work, you know, get this 10 of Swords out of the way. Have the conversation or express yourself in some way, shape, or form. Call those people, have it resolved, pay that bill. It's like it's something for you. For everyone, the past is different, you know. Okay, one more card, please. After that, Four of Wands. What brings about the Four of Swords? For the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is, like, really intense. And your reading has that harmony. Woo. We have, there we go, the release. Eight of Cups, King of Swords, and we have the Seven of Swords on the ground. Let me just quickly grab that. There we go. Seven of Wands. Sorry. One sec, I have to... One sec. How do you overcome that? Patience. The result that comes from that is about you taking it on yourself to invest into that thing and to do it and to release yourself of that weight, regardless of the outcome. It's not about the outcome. It's about the feeling and the trust that you restore in yourself and in your journey, your abilities to make a change, and abilities to have and to have these changes in your life by actually approaching it and by actually doing it, by actually putting forth that commitment to the change and to the healing and to the harmonious and energy. For some of you, really, this is something that has to do with your childhood, and that's where that belief system started, and you kind of just went about life and got to, obviously there's a lot of things that can distract our minds from it, and up until a point when you find yourself at that door again. And it's just, you can continue your life living with that in the back of your mind and just have a beautiful life. But at the same time, there is this filter, there's this extra weight that you're carrying that you do not need to carry. That you are allowed to release and are allowed to change. And no longer identify with that weight, with that experience. You're allowed to let it go. Scorpio, you're allowed to. You deserve that. You can. Here we have the dream talk and we have belief. It says the force that works through your soul, determining what is possible and what's impossible. Difference between success and failure and all above of who you are is the power of your belief. It's your belief system. We spoke about that. It says your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks to your dreams. That's true, Scorpio. You guys are very lucid dreamers. It says it's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, through symbols, through messages, and more. Understanding you're never really truly alone in it. Like you are being guided. You have a whole team that got your back, Scorpio. Whether you like it or not. No, I'm kidding. Okay, one more card for my Scorpios for the month of May. Man, I didn't expect this to be such an intense reading, but we just went there. Obviously, we went into the depth. Supreme protection. I can't make this up. It's saying you are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Trusted. They're saying cords are being cut and you are protected. Supreme. This is supreme, okay? This is the real supreme protection. Cords are being cut. They're being cut. If it doesn't serve your inner peace, gots to go. Gots to go. Right. Mwah. Scorpios, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're here all the way up to the end of the reading, I truly love and appreciate you guys. Also, I changed a couple things about my personal readings. You will find the information in the description box, and I'm open for personal readings at the moment. So just so you know, no pressure, just letting you know. Have a beautiful month of May, and go find that inner peace. All right? Bye.